You know, I mean, obviously, we went down 1-0 early on an early goal. We've been down in our last 3-4 games. I think we've taken the first goal, so that's not a good habit to be into. Came back and equalized in the second half. I thought we had some good looks. You know, we had some good possession. I think we had more possession than they did overall in the game. But then, you know, again, some individual mistakes, and you know, that good pace. You know, ran past a few people. And they scored 2 goals. We gotta stay on our feet when we defend, and we have to defend better than that.
Was that a rather pointed message in there? You were in there quite a while.
I was just talking with the staff. Yeah.
Was you did link the 4 goals in New York to some individual errors? I mean, did you see some of that repeated tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think losing Zach Scott hurt us. You know, Zach's been a very solid part of our defense. You know, and he got bumped in the air, and I'm not happy with that play. That was something that was going on all night, where we were taking shots off the ball a little bit. But that's the way it's going to be in the playoffs, and so we have to be a little bit tougher, a little meaner, maybe a little dirtier at times. I don't think we were tough enough at times, so that's something that we've got to address with ourselves. We're expecting the calls, and the referees are just really letting the game go now. And but it's also, like I said, we got to stay on our feet defensively. You know, I mean, that's the the third goal is a savable one for Stefan Frei, and but still, you know, they've only got 3 people in the box for the header, and we lose the guy. You know, can't lose the guy when there's only 3 guys in the box, and we had like 5 back there. So,
what's the prognosis for Zach?
Don't know yet. You know, things locked up, so we don't know if there's something broken or you know, if it's just something that is just jammed up. So we really don't know.
Is it his knee?
No, it's his ankle. When he went up in the air, he got knocked while he was in the air and came off balance and jammed his ankle on his way down.
It's still, well, 4th game in a short period coming up. What do you think kind of roster you have available to you on Saturday?
I think we have to have a roster available to us that wants to step out and play and beat Chivas. You know, I mean, everything's still in our own hands. I mean, we win our home games. You know, we put ourselves in a very good situation. We've got 3 home games still left out of 5, and the first one is Saturday, and we have to be ready to win that one.
Given the defensive issues you're talking about, is that something you can correct with personnel, or do you have to do different things at training and get people doing the right? I mean, what do you do to change it?
I mean, we haven't been able to train. When you play 5 games in 16 days, you can't really train. You can talk about a lot of things, but you can't really train on things. So we haven't had a chance to train in a while. So we'll train on it. We'll work on it. But it's also mentality. It's also mentality and it's attitude. And, you know, our mentality has to be good. Our attitude has to be right. Guys have to be here in the moment. They can't be in other places, you know, and they've got to be focused on what we need to do. But I'm confident in the group. You know, we have a good group, and we know that we can play better soccer than we played tonight.
With the 4 games on the tight stretch, how much was fatigue a factor, whether it was mental or physical?
You know, I mean, it's tough to do a 12-day road trip in the middle of the season. You know, that's long and it's hard, not just physically, but it's hard mentally. But, you know, take nothing away from Dallas. You know, Dallas came up, you know, played with a lot of energy. We felt that they would fatigue a little bit in the second half, which they did, and we had some opportunities, but we didn't take advantage of it, and then we let them into the game. But certainly they were there, they were focused. You could tell it was a big game for them. It was an important game, and I think their intensity was probably a little bit greater than ours. So take nothing away from what they did, and you know, and kudos to Oscar for having his team prepared and play this way. I wish they would have played that way in LA, but they obviously played that way here.
The tight stretch, it continues with the game on Saturday, but is there a consolation of going home to play that 5th game?
It's good, you know, to be able to go home and get rid of all the distractions of being on the road, and for guys to be able to sleep in their own beds, you know, for a couple of nights. You know, we haven't been home. We left early Sunday morning, you know, on the whatever that was, the 14th. So, you know, it'll be good.
You talked about Zach's importance, but this is his 300th game. Can you just talk about what he's meant to the organization here over the last
Well,
6 years?
he's an important part of our team. You know, he's an important part of our mentality. Our mentality is something that he embodies more so than maybe any other player at times on our team. But you know, so hopefully he'll be back soon.